2 seconds left. Will Pearson! He got it! Touchdown! I don't believe it! He just threw the ball over the scoreboard.
All right, welcome to another edition of the Ultimate Hail Mary. We got Drew Pearson, the legend.
Hey, what else we got going on?
We got a couple of great guests on the show. Actually, several great guests on the show today. We're going to do a few Fast and Furious guests, if you will. At the Rustic, there's a great charity event with Alana Stewart, Rod Stewart's ex-wife.
Yeah.
But also George Hamilton's ex-wife. But this time, she's bringing George Hamilton to MC this event. It's a special event. It's a benefit for the Farrah Fawcett Foundation. Of course, we lost Farrah, a native Texan, to cancer. And Sheryl Crow is going to be performing a special set, which, it's at the Rustic, and this is way too small of a place for her to play, but it's great that she's going to be there. There's going to be a red carpet. There's going to be all kinds of stars there. Linda Gray from Dallas, Jacqueline Smith from Charlie Davis. There's all kinds of great people that are going to be there enjoying this, and then I think you might see it.
It's for a great cause, which she was talking about, cancer, the Hope Lodge.
Yes.
The Cowboys are 100% behind the Hope Lodge. I just went to a grand opening, a ribbon cutting of another Hope Lodge facility that the Cowboys helped sponsor and build for cancer patients and their families. Had a great grand opening over there. So, and that's what Sheryl Crow is doing in support of her great friend, Farrah Fawcett. So she's living, doing that and living through Farrah to make that happen.
That's right.
Amen.
And then we've got a really good one for you. We've got a couple of amazing actors on for a film called American Murder. And this is actually based on a true story. This is one of the FBI's 10 most wanted, who's actually still out there.
Wow.
Hopefully this movie will draw him out. But Tom Pelphrey, who you know from Ozark, who was nominated for an Emmy for that role, also won an Emmy for Guiding Light years ago as a younger actor.
Yeah, I'm a soap opera guy, but I never watched that one.
Yeah.
I'm a Bold and Beautiful and the rest of this. But yeah. But this movie is unbelievable how the different in and out of characters you have to be.
All the costumes.
The costume changes.
Disguises.
I would think, Paul, every time you do a costume change and go to a different identity, it's a whole set change and you got to move this and move that. And wow. And to be able to pull something like that off and do it so well. Pretty amazing, man. Pretty amazing.
The story is told well. It's written and directed by Matthew Gentile, who joins us, along with Ryan Phillippe. And you know him, of course. He was married to Reese Witherspoon and has been in so many big movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 54, Gosford Park, and then, of course, the Oscar-winning Crash. So he is, and it's very rare that you get to see him. In fact, several people today were talking about how he just doesn't do that much. And so we're happy to have him on, even though he's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, he's an Eagle fan, but we still like him.
That's right.
All right, we'll let him on the show anyway.
He's from Delaware. It's okay.
Yeah, he's cool. That's all right. He read him and weep. That's all I can say.
That's right. Well, so as you know, we always have the best guests right here on the Ultimate Hail Mary, and that will continue because next week we got even more for you. So yeah, let's get into it.
Right on, Paul. You the man. Hey. All right.
This is our prime suspect, Jason Derek Brown. Tough to say where he might be headed at this point. I love you. We should see what kind of trail this guy leaves us pretty soon.
Just not the Jason I know.
He's a con man, Melanie. Plain and simple.
I need to speak with Jason.
My brother's dead.
Could quadruple.
He was diagnosed with cancer. Now, I know you know Jason, and I know he's been here recently.
Got a little opportunity.
80 grand, 3 days.
I'm gonna rob an armored truck, and I want you to help me.
That's above your pay grade. Is that a no, mommy?
You're never gonna find him.
You sure about that?
I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Is there any part of that brain of yours that could just tell you to stop?
Bitch!
He won't won't get away with this.
One man against a loaded gun.
Tell me, where is your brother? And do not lie to me.
Did you kill that man?
I always tell you the truth. You know that.
How do I look?
Deadly.
Good answer.
Cowboys legend. Yeah.
All right.
E-A-G-L-E-S-E.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
It's Dallas week, baby. It's Dallas week.
Oh, man. Big week, man. Hey, you better watch out. I might suit up. This is the big one. I like to show up for the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh man, well we are so excited to have you guys on today. What a crazy movie. This is I can't even believe this is a true story. When you were reading about this, you must have thought, oh, this is going to be a fun movie, right?
I absolutely did. I loved Matthew's script. I've always been fascinated with the top 10 most wanted list. As Matthew likes to point out, at that time you would look at it and you would see Bin Laden, Whitey Bulger, and then you would see this blonde-haired, blue-eyed surfer guy, Jason Derek Brown. And his story had escaped me prior to reading the script, but it's really compelling, and Tom Pelphrey playing him does a great job, and Matthew can speak more to the origin of how this all came to be.
Yeah, before I wanted to be a filmmaker, I wanted to be Ryan's character. I wanted to be an FBI agent. And so around that time, Ryan's talking about, I was obsessed with the FBI's top 10 fugitive with the hope that I would, help them catch one. And Jason Derek Brown, just immediately, his face stuck out from this top 10 list. He was the missing piece of the puzzle that didn't quite fit in. And so cut to, a decade later, I graduated film school and I was trying to figure out what is my first feature film. And Jason's face popped on the TV and I saw he'd been missing now for almost 14 years. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, how did this happen? How did this guy slip through the cracks? And I became obsessed with the story because ultimately this is, a character. It's on the surface, it's a cat and mouse thriller, where Tom Pelphrey plays Jason Derek Brown, the charismatic conman, and Ryan Phillippe plays this shark of an FBI agent who's determined to bring him to justice and gets under his skin and really wants to get this guy. And then you have all the other characters played by Jackie Weaver, Dean Menzel, Chantel Van Santen, who are looking at Jason through all these different lenses. So ultimately, it's about giving you a 360-degree view of who this guy was, whether you love him, hate him, want him to get caught, or anything in between. So that's the idea of the film.
And let's not forget, this man is still at large. So if we get people, if you guys help us to get people to watch this movie and talk about this case, we might end up catching it.
Wow, I can't believe he's still at large. Is there a bounty on him?
There is, I believe.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, well, Drew's got our signature question he's got for you. Ready?
You heard of the Hail Mary, guys?
Yes, sir, of course.
Well, I'm sure the Hail Mary is all about when you have this moment in your life that you looks like all might be lost. Looks like it might be a negative situation, a lot of adversity, big challenge. But some way, somehow, you overcome that negative situation and you get to where you're trying to get to. Just like back in 1975 in the frozen tundra of Metropolitan Stadium, December 28, 1975, about 3:45 in the afternoon. When I caught that Hail Mary for Roger Staubach, it looked like the game was lost. It looked like there's no way we're going to win this game against a veteran Viking defense. But some way, somehow, we were able to pull that game out. And what happened is we caught a Hail Mary. What was the Hail Mary moment in you guys' life that turned things around for you guys?
Well, I think it would be really interesting for Matthew to answer this, but I feel like almost every independent film is in some ways a Hail Mary. They're so difficult to get made. It's so difficult to get financing. The schedule is short. Your budget is small. For something to work out the way this film has feels like a successful Hail Mary just from that standpoint of having to deal with those variables.
Right on. I can understand that and appreciate that, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you got the Hail Mary because this is the end for us.
Nice meeting you guys. Beat Dallas.
Oh, no.
If it wasn't for the Eagles, I wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Good guys, how you doing?
There he is. What's up? What's up?
Star of the show.
Yeah, now I know
got a lot of
that
Cowboys
face is familiar. I
keeping
recognize
back.
that face right on. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes, well, we're happy to have you because this is such a great display of your talent. Of course, we knew that you're extremely talented before, but this, you get all kinds of disguises, you get all kinds. Most movies are not fun to make. This looked like it was pretty fun to make, right?
Exactly. I mean, you nailed it on the head. It's literally like you get to pull out all the bag of tricks and have all the actor fun of like
Nice.
doing all the different things for sure.
Yeah. Do you remember that moment where you're just having a good time on the set and thinking, I'm always going to remember this?
Oh yeah, I mean every scene was a different version of how much fun can you have, you know? Like even the kind of serious scenes is still like, what angle is he playing? Like, what guy is he in his own mind right now? And then there's a kind of freedom in that because it's not. If he's constantly changing who he is, then none of it needs to be grounded in anything other than what feels right in the moment. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and how is it possible this guy's still out there? And this is a true story.
That's crazy.
I know. Well, his dad, right? His dad goes and disappears and no one can find him. So I feel like maybe there's a connection there.
How was it going in and out of all these different characters and disguises and stuff, man? I mean, I play wide receiver. I'm just a wide receiver. Every play, I'm the same guy. You know, I don't have to change uniforms and numbers or nothing, and I just do my thing. But to do that and to do it so well, man, got to give you props.
Could we get you to come play for the Giants because we're a little short on wide receivers right now?
Hey, for the money,
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey originally, so I grew up a Giants fan. Giants and Jets.
Yeah. Do you see the rings? He's got the
I'm
Super Bowl and Hall of Fame.
Cowboy now. Yeah, bam.
Yeah, so Drew caught the Hail Mary, so we got a related question here.
I caught the original Hail Mary. You know what it was? A situation where our back was to the wall. Looked like we might not be able to pull this game out against the Minnesota Vikings. But some way, somehow, we were able to connect 50-yard touchdown, Drew Pearson from Roger Staubach, and they called it a Hail Mary. And that was my Hail Mary moment in my professional career as an athlete. What was your Hail Mary moment as an actor to get you where you are today?
Ozark. It was Ozark. Yeah. Ozark was a job.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Lined up in the right way, and that was a blessing, and that kind of changed things. Yeah.
Yeah, you caught it too, buddy.
Yeah.
You caught it. You didn't let it sail over your head or fall to the ground.
Yeah.
You caught that, baby.
Yeah.
So what do you say to the people that are watching you that want to do what you do? Because you make it look so easy, and it's certainly not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, but it's just you put your head down and do your work. And then hopefully when you're prepared and you're gaining more and more experience, when the opportunity presents itself, you're ready for the opportunity. But there's years and years and years and years of me working on things before I get the chance to do an Ozark where maybe more people are aware of it or whatever that is. But it's like, you want to be ready for that moment. And also, like, if this is what you love, then you just do it regardless. You just do it because you love it, and it's like, when it's in your heart, and it's always been in my heart, thank God, like, it never feels like work. So it's just like chasing what you love, and it is work on the outside. You're looking in, you're putting in the hours, you're doing all that, taking care of it. But like, really, it never feels that way because it's what you love to do.
Yeah, well said. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for giving us a super entertaining and fun movie. We loved it, and to tell everybody to check it out.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
awesome. You guys are great. Thank you so much for having me on.
And thanks for helping us catch that Hail Mary today. We caught a Hail Mary today. Having you on the show.
All right.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
All
luck
right,
with
we'll
the
see you
movie.
soon. As we always do, we always bring you
The best. Because we got the entertainment guru and the sports guru. And you bring it together with all our crew. Hey, this is what you got, the Ultimate Hail Mary Show. And our man Faz, he does a great job with us
does a good job.
as our production and everything that we do here with the Ultimate Hail Mary Show. And we got Malcolm Snell,
Right.
of course, his main man, Static. Whoa. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo.
I love it.